Call the budget meeting to order. We have a quorum.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Public input, none. Call for the approval of the minutes. Start off with the 9:30, 2025 minutes, which you've all had.
I didn't see anything retracted. Anybody else see?
I'd make a motion to approve the minutes of 9/30/2025.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstentions? Okay. The October 8th, 2025 minutes. Does anybody have any comments, any thoughts?
I think they were well done, actually.
Congratulations, Ashley. I'd make a motion to approve the minutes of 10/8/2025.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstentions? Good. All right. Chairman and member comments. So, one thing I would like to see, Ashley, you know we have the list, the running list of items that we've requested. Can we mail that out and have it be an agenda item on every agenda? And so I know I'm missing a lot of things that I haven't got yet, that have been asked for. So can we?
Give it as an attachment to the agenda
Yeah,
for each meeting.
For each meeting,
Gotcha.
yeah. And then we will review it and go through it. And I think on the police station, I think that for the town was good news. I think how we got there is how we got there. But I think we can all move forward at this point in time, and I think that's a good thing for everybody. So, and I appreciate this committee's really thorough work. I appreciate the opinions that were expressed. I appreciate those that had different views. I think those views were really valid. And so I think that was good. Okay. Does any members have any comments? All right, moving on to budget items for approval. 4130, executive.
I'd make a motion that we go into non-public in accordance with 91-A:3, parentheses, Roman numeral 2, parentheses, small letter A, personnel and the discussion of pay increases, etc.
Okay, can I get a second on that?
Second.
All right, we're going to take a roll call vote. So I will start with you. Brendan?
Yes.
Yeah, I need you to say Brendan Goddard, yes.
You got them, yes.
Chris Sawyer, yes.
Guy Pike, yes?
Steve Buckner, yes.
Richie Haynes, yes.
Rob Robertson, yes. So that motion passes with a majority. And so I would like.
I'd make a motion to come out of non-public.
Second.
By Guy?
Buckner, aye. Gary Haynes, yes.
Chris Sawyer, yes.
Brendan Goddard, yes.
Rob Robertson, yes. Okay, we're out of public.
I'd make a motion to table the vote on executive 4130 until our next meeting.
Can I get a second?
I second. I second the motion.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay,
Thank you, Dave.
all right.
Oh, Chris, I'm sorry.
Okay. For some reason, all the sheets I have don't have board of selectmen approved in it, but that's, we can make sure we get that next time.
They are on this sheet.
No, but we don't get the line items on that sheet. This sheet
Yeah,
doesn't
this,
have.
that sheet should be updated.
Yep, I will make sure for next time. I've already put that on my list.
Yeah, but, so can you just confirm, I think it is confirmed that the 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and the line items were all as approved by the selectmen, right? So the
In
select-
full,
Okay. thank you.
4140 in full.
Yep, okay. All right,
I make a motion to accept 4140 election and registration in the amount of $111,246.
Second.
any discussion? I'd like to just say that Jennifer Coulter's note of October 6th that was sent out was very helpful. And thank her for that.
Yes. Agreed.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, passes. Four one nine, 4199. Yep, I'll take a motion.
I'll make a motion to accept 4199 in the amount of $500.
I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. And then finally, 4414 animal control.
I make a motion for.
Can I just hold on 1 second, sorry on that? Yeah, there was meant to be some change. I'm not sure exactly what happened here. There was some discussion around some change or some thing that wasn't right in here. That's why we tabled this before. I know the numbers have come back the same as they were.
Okay. Is it the same, David?
Yeah.
Okay.
This one actually, mine has it approved by the.
Okay, for 1750?
Yeah, mine does too. I
Okay.
just don't know what happened with the,
It was, the second line was relabeled to dog tag permit to state.
Right, that did have a different label.
It just got relabeled, that's it. Same dollar amount for the budget.
so I don't have that on mine.
I don't remember that. So it's
I'd like one of
tag,
those.
Is it?
Come
Or
on,
make
you
copies.
guys.
permit.
Okay, thank you.
Don't have. Not that big a deal.
Nope. All good. Okay. Go ahead.
Make a motion to approve 4414 animal control for $175.
Can I get a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, passes. All right. Moving on. For consideration. 4153 legal.
I'd make a motion that we add a line, legal for the budget committee. The amount to be discussed after the motion is seconded.
I second.
Any discussion?
We need to know how much we want.
Yeah.
What do we think is an appropriate number?
So I had thought about the number of $2,500, which we had thought about before. And I think what we do, the overall line will probably stay the same, but we take out legal planning, which has never spent $5,000 in forever, down to $2,500. So the total line number stays the same, but we're putting a line item in for budget committee. And I know there was some discussion around whether that was something the budget committee can do. It can. They've gone back and checked, and we've got from
NHMA.
yeah, NHMA that we can do that. So and the guy did that work, and I appreciate it. And ChatGPT confirmed it. So
So we had a large number for legal planning when we were doing the master plan, and I think there was one lawsuit thing that they got into also that went correct on that?
Yeah, but it's not been since
But they
then.
don't have that kind of a,
You're correct,
okay.
you're correct, yeah.
And so what happens too now is we have the contingency
Yes,
that would go to meet
we could.
if we had a claim like that.
Well, it seems more realistic, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I'm up for this.
Okay. So, we have a motion on the floor right now to add a line item that would be, legal budget committee, and it would be for $2,500.
And also that would, we're gonna include the reduction in,
Well, I don't know if we need to have a motion
No,
to
not
do
for the
that.
rate reduction.
We'll do that. We have a motion to add the line item.
Yeah.
you know.
And then we'll
just
come
make-
back.
Come back and make another.
So we don't have a motion, we'll just change it and we'll approve the amount. I know it's kind of complicated. I don't even know if we need a motion to add the line item, because we're gonna approve the overall budget.
I think you have to have on that. that's for
Okay,
sure.
so we're gonna add this, have the motion to approve the line item. Let's vote on that motion. Okay? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Passes 7-0.
Excuse me?
Did you vote 6-0?
6.
Yeah, did you vote David?
No.
Are you abstaining or?
Yeah, I'm gonna vote no.
So it's 5-1. Okay, and then, so we're gonna now go through our, vote on the overall budget, which I suggest we reduce the legal planning by to 2,500. So together with our legal, budget committee of 2,500, it ends up resulting in an overall the same total of 31,700.
Yeah, so I make a motion for 4153 legal for 31,700.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Passes 6-0.
Speaking of legal, if for any reason we should need, someone should feel the need to contract an attorney, something we're doing here, please have them bill it to me. I'll take care of it until this budget can get passed in March.
Okay. Thank you. Oh, sorry. But no, this one should have been actually, we've had this before.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, so this was actually, so, thank you, Chris, for pointing that out. This budget should really have been under items for approval. So it should be number 5 under there.
I will move it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, no, we've seen it before, that's why I was.
I
it's
I
good to
did
get-
too, but then I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
you saying this thing?
Yep, I appreciate that. All right, so cemeteries. The only question I have is, we no longer have any warrant article related to cemeteries, right? So this is really the full amount that goes to supporting our cemeteries at this point, for all those cemetery trustees that I've worked with. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So then the only one that always seems high is the old cemeteries restoration, that we never get to spend that kind of money. And I understand that the work, wants to get done. But, like this year, we're not gonna get there. I know we did get there last year, for 2024.
So right now, they have a number of items that are in process, so that the budget is going, their actuals are gonna be very close to the budget amount for this
Oh,
year.
okay. So those bills are coming in still,
Yeah,
we'll see them
Yeah,
coming
and so they have basically they have a pile of tree work, like, to the tune of $40,000 to $50,000.
That's coming.
That's coming, but that said, right now, they're just spending that down in the process.
Thank you.
It's tree work.
It's a lot.
It's a lot of tree work.
Does anybody else have any other questions on this?
No.
All right. Move on to ambulance.
Contract.
The contract and the increase to me, given
Everything is.
everything was, yeah, we're actually kind of beyond that, so, yeah.
Moving on.
Moving on. So, is anybody else have any other questions on this? Okay,
And for the record, I think if you ask matter of fact, I know, if you talk to the fire department about the service, they're
Yeah.
quite happy with it, so.
and I think they were happy last year, sort of ongoing.
Yeah,
In
it's-
fact, these guys are stationed elsewhere.
And now that's an additional feather in the cap, so to speak.
Awesome.
I guess my only question would be, do they have any idea how long we might be able to continue having the service? Because I know it's a year to year.
No, I think we have,
This is a multi-year contract.
yeah, this is, but I think we might be in the last year of it.
I think we're in the last
This
year.
will be the last.
It was in jeopardy, before Matt did that thing down there in the village,
Okay.
because they didn't have a place to put it.
Right, right.
Matt did that, and now they have a place, and I think that we're in favorable position.
Is that a 3-year contract?
For that. I think it was a 3-year contract.
Pretty sure it was a 3-year.
When we talk to the fire chief, he'll really have you.
Okay.
He'll set you
Yeah,
straight
he'll be
like
able
you
to-
wouldn't believe.
I'm just giving a general sentiment.
And then
Having
it
talked
comes
to
with
him today.
Book, which is his package for us. That'd be good.
I just don't,
Yeah.
I think everybody wants to avoid the situation that we're frozen.
Oh, anytime, any situation.
Okay. 4415 health agencies.
Don't they have to ask for this? Or do you just generally, don't you guys, they ask for it usually?
So I think that's one of the reasons why you'll see the line number 1, the Granite DNA. They did not, right? They never requested with us. as I
They
recall.
did not, we reach out to each of them and we have letters of request from all of them. Granite DNA only helped one person from Tufton Borough last year and they intentionally are not requesting anything.
I thought that was also related to Carroll County. They got mine from Carroll County.
I can speak to that.
Yeah.
Carroll County has adopted a policy, excuse me, has adopted a policy that if any of these agencies ask any towns, they cannot ask the county, because that's double dipping.
Okay, yeah, which is right. Yeah, okay.
We
So
never
I
heard
thought
from-
that's what happened to DNA, that they were getting from the county. So I have one other, and I'm not looking to increase anything or do anything, but, you know, these things, the balances have been, consistent for a number of years. And we've had COLA, that's happened across the board, so to the extent these are important to our residents. To me, this is rarely a matter of how much these organizations help our residents directly, and, you know, and so we support them for that reason. Must just make a change for this year, but going forward, maybe we'll think about what that means. All right. So I went through the year-to-date expenses. And the only thing that's stuck out to me was the HRA reimbursement as to what's going on there and why we moved to our budget. it's under 4155,
Page two,
second
second
line.
line down.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Kids, she don't have these eyes are all like mine.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if we don't have that, it would just be good to know, because I know we're gonna be looking at the personal administration budget before long, so we'd like to understand why we're,
Yeah, we'll still get, a few weeks.
yeah. What's going on, so if I can you add that to the list, please, Ashley?
Can you clarify it for me?
Sure, that list should just say explanation of 4155-01-215 HR reimbursement over expenditure.
Thank you.
I would like to know that too.
And then also there's a list of things I'd like to have seen on the detailed billing for, that I asked for now, I think, a bunch of times. But as it relates to our spring, fall, summer, winter roads, road department, highways and streets, and then also our, also as it relates to our 2 warrant articles, right? So I want to see the detailed invoices behind, the detailed invoice listing behind those.
Because we're in a negative on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 line items on those.
Yeah, and then also, I just want to make sure we got things right between that and the warrant articles. So,
Transfer station?
yeah. Let me see that.
Item 41, 43, 44, 41, 630.
Oh. Yeah.
42,
And can we just get the current we didn't get a printout of the status update, on the last year's warrant, any open warrant articles. Sorry, any open warrant articles.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So. Let's get that started. So that's item number 10, move on. Capital reserve accounts, so we're in the, CIP is doing their, terrific work again on the capital improvement program. And so I think we're this week, I'm gonna try and start to work on the capital reserve accounts and what we need to put aside. And I think there's one thing we're probably gonna change, and that is we're gonna mark each capital item to what it costs in 2025. We were to buy a new one today, what they think it will cost. And I'm kind of impressed with how much of a handle our department heads have on what that cost will be. I mean, it's impressive what, going across the board, Jim, fire chief, obviously he's all over this stuff. The police department, they kind of know exactly what they're gonna, so we're gonna use that number. So we take into account inflation as we go along here and we're making those reserves.
Yeah, it was always interesting to me how the capital reserve, a lot of it was just welled across with no inflation accounting, as the years went on. Is that typical?
Well, we are in an inflation account for them. We don't have a crystal ball as to what that's gonna be.
Sure.
So we're gonna pack that inflation. It's a discount out every time from 20 years to today. So we're gonna pack that, whatever that current year is, we're gonna go into that year and we'll increase reserves going forward for those years. But we're only gonna take into account the future inflation in future years.
Gotcha.
So that's sort of how we're gonna do it, yeah.
Okay.
So,
Because I mean, it's been a couple of years since I was on that committee, but just about every line was flat
Flatline.
and didn't take into account, and so I just thought that was odd.
And one thing we're gonna do, so we are gonna just still stay with existing costs, because that's how we're gonna calculate the reserves. One thing that will happen, that will mitigate some of the inflation costs is the interest that we earn on the capital accounts. And we've done pretty well on these
The
accounts.
capital reserve funds are, they actually, pre-experience does a good job with our money, they
Yeah.
really do.
Mhm.
Yeah, because, the question was asked at the last, I think the last town meeting, it's gonna be earn 3%, I mean, we're looking at 12%, 3%.
So we're beating inflation, it
Yeah,
sounds like.
it's generally speaking, for the past few years, the capital reserve funds
Yeah.
are doing that.
The one thing I think that these guys need to know, and I looked at those returns, is we need to really plan. So for instance, I know we've taken the money out for the police station, but I would, if we're gonna be buying big assets, so if we get to 2 years before we're gonna buy a fire truck, we wanna dial back that into a very safe, secure, so we need to have some coordination between us and the trustees of the funds to make sure that we're not gonna go buy a truck and the market drops 40%. And suddenly we've lost half our reserve. So that's gonna be a really important piece. I don't know who's gonna do that, but I'll look at the selectmen. You're advised. So the other thing I want to talk about was I think this works seamlessly in some places, but not so seamlessly in others. So for instance, for the highway department, when they go to buy the new truck, they're gonna trade in the old truck and they're gonna pay a net price. And so in effect, the way we account for this is the trade-in goes into the capital reserve account and the full price of the new truck comes out. So it's kind of like a net trade-in deal. So we pay $300,000 for the new truck and get money for the old truck. We pay $210,000. That's how we account for it in our capital reserve accounts going forward, right? For other equipment, that's not so much the case. So fire engines, they think they're gonna get 20 grand at best for the fire engine they buy to give in. So but that revenue should really go back into the capital reserve account, even though it's gonna get sold to somebody else. So I'm trying to figure out how we do that.
Yeah, and that
You can.
defer to you on
No,
that one.
you can, so, I mean, honestly, if they do a private sale, because they're not trading it in, they would do a private sale, right? It's just like the police cruisers,
Right.
you guys do auctions, correct?
Right.
So that revenue really should, it can be allocated, but it can be done at the town meeting, because you guys can allocate that money to go back
It would
into our
have to
capital
be
reserve
at town
fund.
meeting, otherwise it has to go into the fund.
Right, but I'm just saying, you
Doesn't
can set it there and have it at town meeting, just be a warrant article like anything else, and then we just put it back into the existing whatever fund it is.
Capital reserve.
Cruiser, fire truck, whatever, because those funds never close out as long as it's got a penny in it, or it has zero, because, you might drain it down one year, but that capital reserve account does not go away. So it could be a zero balance, but it will still exist until the town makes it go away.
As a matter of principle, are we on board for trying to accomplish that?
I'm gonna, and I'm curious on how you view this. The way that I view it is, it's a game time decision, meaning that if for some reason that particular year, there happens to be, a struggle in one area, we need to have the flexibility to not do that.
But that wouldn't be necessarily, that's outside of the scope of the regular use of the budget, that would be something that you would.
Yeah, we can't, that doesn't work that way, right? But
No, I think Chris is heading in the right direction.
yeah.
If we can word a warrant article for the purchase of the vehicle, expecting to get a return on a trade or a sale,
Right.
we can word the warrant article to put that money into the capital reserve for the next vehicle.
Right.
As long as it's worded that way, I think we can do it, and the voters vote for it.
Right.
We can't just, I think that's the only mechanism.
No, you can't do it, no, you're right, you're 100% correct, and I think that would also maybe help the voters understand, hey, this is what we're doing, we're saving money, it will
Well,
help to
it's an action that, it's showing them action towards, this is what our intention is.
Right, because that money, it really shouldn't go just into the general fund, it should really go back to what we were saving for, because it is that piece
the
of
right
equipment.
decision.
Right, and it reduces the cost going forward when we,
Exactly.
you know, so
Right,
we'd have to put that much less into the capital reserve.
because you can earmark that in there until town meeting, and then at town meeting, you can just.
The only exception to that rule, and I can't imagine that this would ever happen, is if for some reason that capital reserve went away because we're no longer in need of that item.
That would,
which-
yeah, that would
which would be
require a
rare.
town vote anyway, so.
Right.
So,
I think, so that's a really important piece, so, because we're gonna model this out to get this right, so I appreciate that. And then, capital versus operational, and I know the selectmen have not voted on this, I don't know whether there's a selectmen issue as it relates to it or not.
Is it the same?
Same one you had before, and so all I wanna do, if you look under 4 threshold guidelines,
Mhm.
Yep.
I wanna make that under 15,000 and a useful life less than 3 years. And I wanna take the second one out completely, yep, and I wanna make over 15,000. And I just wanna make it, and I wanna make that to become, capital expenditure requiring warrant article or capital reserve fund appropriation. So,
Just 2 instead of 3, basically.
just 2 instead of 3, correct, and
Yep.
15,000 being the cutoff.
Yep.
So, I don't know what, I'm gonna propose that at the next meeting, that we vote on this. And so if anybody wants to have any other input from it, then you can, and if the selectmen don't want it, they don't have to have it.
so,
So let me just finish my
Oh,
sentence,
sorry.
then you can go,
Yeah.
yeah, they don't have to have it, but as a budget committee, that's how we're gonna operate.
Sure. Yeah.
So,
yeah, I think, you know, generally,
Generally, we support the policy. Do you wanna?
well, I was just gonna say that what we're proposing as selectmen is to kind of try it on for size, so to speak, for this budget cycle, if you will, and then probably take it up in the new year.
okay, so I think we're gonna vote for it as a budget committee, we're gonna set our budget base, so.
Right, and what I'm saying is, even though we're not necessarily going to vote for it,
You're taking no action,
we're taking no action, right?
but no adverse action.
No, correct, right. We're going to use it as the policy going forward and then officially adopt it, assuming that it works the way we expect it to, officially adopt it next year.
So let me tell you where the rubber's gonna hit the road on this. Okay, you come along with a $20,000 item, geez, look into the operating budget. And we say, no, it should be a warrant article on a capital item, because it's over the policy number. We're gonna adjust the budget down by 20 grand.
But why would we do that?
Because
I
of the
think
policy.
Well, it said or. I don't really,
Right,
15,000,
but if we're
changing the-
following this policy,
You're going to ad
Well,
hoc
you just
follow
put
the
dollar value and
policy,
drive it.
so
We're-
you're not going to, you're not gonna come to us with, you're going to try it on for size.
See how it wraps around 2025.
And you're not gonna come to us with a $20,000 line item when our proposed policy is saying 15.
Essentially,
yeah,
yeah, I'm not gonna make any promise, cause we'll figure it out when it happens, but we're basically gonna try it on for size and see if it fits within the mold and then vote on it probably in January. I tried to get a vote tonight, but,
it takes back my comment, I misread this, this makes sense. I guess that would only say, I don't want the 15,000. That's,
we did discuss it and
Yeah, okay.
we decided that we need to give it further thought.
Yeah.
I appreciate everything that you're doing in this policy, and we wanna head in that direction, but we gotta wrap our heads around it.
Okay, I think that's fair. I think we're gonna go ahead and do it. So
yeah,
we'll do it on
and
next
it's,
meeting.
I,
I think, see, I'm, the reason why I don't do that is because CIP's meeting tomorrow, so I'm gonna make sure they're on board, and then that way we'll be coordinated. And then if we have an issue, we'll have an issue, and we'll deal with it as grown-ups.
Yeah.
Okay?
let me just ask you a question now, hypothetically, how about the portable air supply packs? let's say hypothetically that they cost $10,000 each, but they're gonna order 7 of them.
What's a useful life?
Yeah, for the collective, is it the total as a bundle? Would that be
Yeah, I mean, what's a useful life?
I don't know, I think they're running about 3 or 4 years, something, yeah.
Yeah.
So that would drive it down, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So, and this is getting us covered with 98% of the stuff, and I promise you there'll be some things that don't take business. So, okay. Department visits, I gotta get back to, I think the police chief is waiting till they've got their, and the fire chief waiting till they have their budgets done, and then we'll set dates, so. Board of Selectmen update,
Well, we really didn't talk about police station this week. Yeah, our timing's off. Can I defer this till next week? Because
That's fine.
we're meeting.
Yeah, 'cause you're meeting.
We're
Yeah,
we're meeting on Monday, and then this is meeting again on Tuesday, correct?
no, our next meeting's on,
The 11th.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
So we're doing the 11th and the 18th instead of the 4th and the 18th?
I mean, we are meeting next week, though.
It's in my calendar.
I was just told today that it's next Tuesday, which is fine. I can give you the
Yeah,
one.
it probably is next Tuesday, then. I said that
It
without
is
looking at it.
currently scheduled for the 4th
Yeah,
and
it's
the
the 4th,
It's
18th.
the 4th.
it's the 4th, yeah, next week.
It's fine. You can defer to next week.
Yep.
Sounds
Okay.
wonderful.
Because
It's a lovely, that's fine.
because
It's lovely.
yeah, if that's okay.
Thank you.
Because then I'll have real information for you.
We're meeting on the 4th and the 11th.
Yeah.
So what I saw, heard,
So is the 4th the only November meeting? Or no, the
18th.
18th.
Fourth.
so we're not meeting on the 11th.
Which,
Correct.
Bob, I'm not gonna be here the 18th, I'm gonna be in Guatemala.
We will have the budget committee meeting in Guatemala.
Right?
It's good.
So we're meeting on the 4th, we're not meeting on the 11th.
No, 4th and
Correct.
18th.
4th and 18th, I'm gonna just put that in my calendar right now, please.
Yes, and I've got it on the 18th.
Okay, well, hang on.
Oh, boy, here we go.
Our calendar said the 11th and the 18th.
Not mine. Mine says November 4th and November 18th.
It was
Okay.
adjusted after your copy, Chris.
You get an earlier copy.
As long as you agree on the date, it doesn't
I'm
matter to
fine.
me.
Oh, I'm cool.
Yeah, my
Okay.
calendar said the same as yours.
Okay, I'm good. 4th and the 18th works
4th
for
and the
me.
18th.
I'm good. I can delete it.
I will not be here on the 18th. FYI, Bob.
Okay.
And for everybody here for that matter.
Okay. All right. Anything else?
If I may?
Yeah.
I passed out Ossity's 2025 transfer station budget. It's important to note in that their budget for the transfer station includes FICA, Medicare, retirement, health insurance, dental, and STD insurance, whatever that is, for a total of $94,685. If we pull that out of the budget, because we don't put it in our budget, then their budget ends up being $509,955. That's an odd way that they do that, and I was kind of struck by that, but,
I wish we did.
Short-term disability.
okay. I've visited the transfer station, I've seen how they do things, I don't wanna drive this out tonight, I can add other little tidbits another time.
Actually, when are we considering, when is Coach Wolf coming in?
Looks like the 18th is currently when he's slated of November.
There's a whole bunch of other
Have you
information
budget
that's
yet?
pertinent.
We have not touched that budget yet.
So guys, this is exactly what I think we should be doing, this is a good apples to apples comparison.
Oh, definitely. I can say right off the top of my head, they don't recycle plastic, paper, or tin cans. And they don't, and glass, they have a guy that comes and takes it away and pays them for it. So they don't have to transport. Their transport fee for MSW is $40 a ton, whereas is over 100. They have 3 employees that work there, 2 full-timers and 1 part. I can go on and on. They don't have a supervisor. The Public Works Director does that, such as it is. He gets the numbers that Artie gets, for example, for bills and everything like that. I can go on and on, but let's not drag this one out any longer than we have.
Yeah. All right. Anything else?
Next
Alright.
week, we have the, fire department on slate, so we'll get that out on Thursday.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a deal.
Yeah, it'll be a long night.
Well, he does a good job.
He does a great job. Maybe one.
Tried to fault his reports.
So, can I get a motion?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. Thank you, everybody.